Hey, we are. It's one of those days. Good morning, everyone. We
Morning,
are actually
evening.
live, believe it or not. Good morning. Glenda, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Nick? How are you, Richard? Everybody's well, are they?
I hope so. If everyone's having the day like we are, then it's going to be a good one. I promise you. Got caught. Got caught with my spiritual and internet pants down trying to share the stream.
Me
Um,
too.
rather than focusing on what we're supposed to be doing. I think a theme is developing all of its own there. But good morning, Glenda. It's a pleasure to be back with you. It's wonderful to have those wonderful harmonic tones of Richard in the background, keeping us in check. And of course, everyone live on Facebook and YouTube, and those that do join us from the website, because you can actually do that too. So good morning and welcome to start your day on SPTV Live. Good morning. What have you been up to, Glenda?
Oh, busy, busy, busy. I'm like getting my itinerary sorted for Scotland. So I've been like sorting where I want to go. I want to visit there. I want to visit there. So it's been quite exciting. And yeah, a bit of work and a bit of circle with my favorite people. Bit of
Ah,
spirit work.
I'm sure we'll bring that up at some point, Um, the fact that Nick does online circles and he's got a new one starting in a couple of weeks in the evenings for those that are interested. But we can come to that. But it was a pleasure to welcome you, and it was good to see you, and it's good to see everybody joining, coming along, and taking part. Because of course, not long now, 1 month and a couple of days, and we will be together, along with the lovely Bill Hughes, the wonderful Minty Man, the gorgeous David Hale, and of course, wonderful Richard, keeping us in
Richard.
check again, when everyone from that list descends upon Little Port to give a demonstration of mediumship and trance. And of course, trance, something very prevalent in our mind that we'll, of course, be talking about very briefly today, is, of course, trance because of the VIP show last night. And of course, there's lots to happen. We've got Kate May coming on with us today as well. So it's an exciting show we've got lined up. And I know, Glenda, you've got your cards ready. I
Yes,
got
I'm
my
ready to
cards
go.
ready. Well, I
I've
say
got
my
some
cards.
ready.
I've borrowed them from Mother. She won them in the raffle at church on Thursday.
Oh, God bless her. Well done. Oh, hello, Mama Brown.
See, I can just wave at her through the window. One day I'll bring her in. Every Christmas.
I'll meet her soon enough. I'll get to
You
give her a big hug.
will, of course, of course, of course. And of course, speaking of spiritual hugs, shall we say good morning to some lovely people watching with us?
Absolutely. Pop your comments in and let us know where you're from. Is it morning, evening, afternoon? Whereabouts are you in the world?
And are you in the world? Are you somewhere else? That would be interesting to know. I mean, we can reach all the way round to Australia. Is there anybody on the moon watching? Is there anyone in Mars watching? You never know in this wonderful spiritual life that we have. Everyone from everywhere. And of course, it would be remiss of me not to thank everyone for breaking our historic share record last week. Let's do it again.
Yes. Share, share,
Um,
share.
we've got the share record to break. We've got the view record to break. That was amazing last week. So thank you everyone for the support. It is absolutely amazing. And in particular, let's say hello to those names that are jumping up on the screen. I'm going to jump in straight away just to wind you up. Good morning to Nolene Parker. I got to say hello to Nolene. Evening
Hello,
in North
Nolene.
Queensland. Good morning
My
and good evening.
hometown. Hello. We have Andrea, 54 hectare from Chicago in the States. Welcome.
And we've got Shawana Skinner in California, and it is 2:37 in the
30.
morning. And you thought
Should
you'd
be
got it bad.
asleep, but we're much more important. Kim Diaz from Belgium, Antwerp. Antwerp? Oh, that's interesting.
Antwerp, yes. Antwerp.
Antwerp, yeah.
And Teresa Louise, good morning. I'm watching from the New Forest in Hampshire. Good morning.
Morning, Teresa. We've got Ishka Asawa. I'm from India. It's afternoon. Wow.
Wow. Well, good afternoon to India. Hafsa Heath from South Africa. We really are truly international today. Good morning,
We are.
world.
Oh, there's our David Hale. Good morning to you, David.
Month to go, babe.
Yay.
Bridget Irwin from Aberdeen. A lovely Scottish
Hello.
theme there.
Hello, Bridget. I'll be visiting up that way. Kaza! Yay, Kaza's in the house. Morning, Kaza.
And good morning to Christine Davis, who is also here with us.
Hello, Christine. We've got our Terry Louise saying good morning, Nick, Glenda, and Richard. Hey, Terry Louise.
And Paul Gishard is saying hi to all, and that's coming from YouTube as well.
Hi, Paul. And Kelly Marie, hello. Welcome
Hello.
from Facebook.
And I heard a little tip tap tapping there, so we will be getting some more notes. It's really good to see the variety of people joining us in today. And then, of course, there's Stace Shaw. Good morning to Richard, Nick, Glenda, and everyone. Good morning to you.
The Mazur, I guess Mazur from Australia. Yay, we've got another Aussie in the house.
And Terry Toki Mitchell, Kia Orr from New Zealand. It's 9:34. Did you intend that to rhyme?
Bless you.
Did you intend that to rhyme?
That's perfect. Look at New Zealand's not far, is it? No.
Stone's throw. Stone's throw.
Yeah. Sharon Weiss from Brooklyn. Welcome,
Hey.
Sharon.
Good morning. Fabulous. And good morning to everyone who we haven't mentioned. It would be, we'd be here all day if we said hello to everyone who was watching, but we will just jump in with Elizabeth Jones. Good morning to you. Good morning to everyone and welcome to the show. Oh no, Felicity's got the flu.
Oh, there's been a bit of that C word going around too. I'm not even going to go there, but yeah, a lot of people are getting sick at the moment. So we'll send some healing out to everyone that is under the weather, or what do they say over there? What do you guys say?
There's many different ways we describe feeling poorly.
Yeah,
not all
poorly,
of them
that's it, feeling poorly.
Not all of them are appropriate for
Richard has something else to say about
Richard has
poorly.
just said it, but then he's not on air, so he can get away with it. But there are many ways we describe it. But yes, feeling poorly is as good as any. We were talking in the week about those differences in language that transcend the different countries in which we are connected and coming and hailing from. But I do know that healing is one that transcends not only all peoples and all countries, but also all ways of life. And certainly we've been taught, we always have a chat in the morning, Glenda, before we start about what's the theme going to be, what we're going to talk about. And I know from my perspective, healing and remembrance have really been quite prevalent, haven't they?
Absolutely. And look, Transcend with Debbie has jumped on, so it would be like 2 in the morning.
Good evening, Debbie.
Hello, girl. Hello, Transcend.
Yes, and of course, Debbie there was busy last night, or at least it was last night for me. It was this morning for anyone in her neck of the woods. But last night for UK time, of course, the lovely Mikel Gonzalez and Debbie were on our screens doing the demonstration of trance. I must confess, I wasn't there, but I have been playing catch up on my old dog and bone, as they say, a few miles south of where I am. For those that are VIPs, of course, you can also play catch up. Ding! Richard needs these graphic effects. He needs a little glint in the eye to ping every time I do this. Of course, if you are a VIP, you would have been able to have seen a trance demonstration from Miguel Gonzalez and his guide Braveheart. It is now available in the VIP SPTV VIP Lounge on Facebook for anyone who missed it to play catch up and watch his very deeply spiritual and uplifting work. And I've just been, like I said, I haven't managed to watch it all yet. I've been having a jump in before I came and joined my lovely Glenda and my lovely Richard and my lovely Brighton Start Your Day friends. But from what I've seen so far, along with Carol Phillips, it was amazing. So there we go. So if you are a
Yes.
VIP and you missed it, there's still a chance to watch. Some people aren't always as technical with things like Zoom. Are they, Linda Brown? But Eunice has just come on and said, caught up just now. Brilliant. So if you did miss it, now's your opportunity. Obviously, after you've watched our show, to go to the VIP lounge. And if you're not a VIP, then why not?
Join the VIPs. What is it? 33? Is it 33p?
33p a week it works out as, which is nothing. You can't even buy a gummy juju for that no more.
And speaking of joining the VIPs, something special coming up for the VIPs. Nick, should we let the cat out of the bag?
Let's let the cat out of the bag, because there is a 4-week course coming in November. That is to watch out for details for that. But there's also something for this show for VIPs. Drum roll, please, because this is really, really quite exciting.
Yes.
We are going to be having a new feature on the show. And again, it ties in with healing, because one of the most important parts of the healing process of life is the remembrance and the comfortable remembrance of those that have gone before us that we thought we'd lost. And so Richard, bless his cotton socks, has been beavering away, creating this wonderful remembrance garden on the website, where people can enter their details, healing too. But there's something that's going to be coming for VIPs too, and we've had a because we want to feel special, and Richard likes to make us feel special. We've had a bit of a preview of something called Remembering, where people can send forward, and this is VIPs, can send forward an image and a name and a little bit of detail, no more than 10 seconds worth, to have a remembrance put up on screen as part of the show. And I think it's a beautiful way of immortalizing the remembrance, because let's face it, we because we're sitting here gassing away and chatting and forgetting that we're online and getting caught out with the 5-second countdown, we tend to forget that everything we say and do here, along with all of our fellow SPTV hosts, is recorded and preserved pretty much for as long as there'll be an internet. Those images that we broadcast daily are recorded forever. People to step back in and have a look at, to their heart's content, and to have the memory and the remembrance of one of our loved ones pretty much immortalized on this channel, on SPTV, is a wonderful thing. So there will be more details to follow on that. Do check out the Facebook page and the website. I think it's going to be brilliant. We tend to forget sometimes in this way of life. Part of the healing process is to remember who those that we have lost were. We spend so much time focusing on who they are, and I think it's important to remember who they were. So let's have a little bit of a video and see what we're talking about.
Hugh David was born on December 5th, 1927, and sadly passed on December 3rd, 1997. He will be remembered by his children, his sister, and all his family, including his friends. Brian Pitt was born on September 14th, 1952, and sadly passed on November 12th, 2019. He will be remembered by Karen, Terry, Adam, Lee, and all his family, including his grandchildren, who loved him dearly. James Albert was born on February 19th, 1906, and sadly passed on October 2nd, 1983. He will be remembered by all his family, including his grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? It really, really is.
Amazing. Richard's so talented.
He is. He's such a clever stick, and you know, he's making use of his talents to help people express their remembrance, to send healing for themselves and each other. And I think it's a really, really wonderful, wonderful feature. Debbie says this is extremely heartfelt. Yeah, it really, really is, and it's one of those. Yeah, I was going to say gut punch, but Christine Davis says goosebumps. Absolutely.
Goosebumps. Carol saying it's absolutely beautiful too.
Nicola.
Yep,
This is so
Nicola
lovely.
agrees. Yeah, because we have created a community here on SPTV. It's just about holding space for each other and honouring. That's what we do. We honour our loved ones when we bring through messages. It's just we've got to keep them alive.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You know, because one of the things that we forget, that actually, because I've had a very quick so far look with last night's trance demonstration. One of the things that really, really resonated me that Miguel said before he started his demonstration is about the us have it with mental mediumship. We have to go there, they have to come there and meet us in the middle. They are not that individual anymore. They have no physical attributes. There's none of that physicality left. All that remains that is indestructible is the most important part, is the personality. But to be able to remember and have immortalized the physical, which is no more, and that's why we feel that loss. I think it's essential. And the love is coming in for it on the comments, so I know it's going to be well made use of. And if you do want to make use of it, it is VIPs only, and there will be details on how to take part in that. It will be a regular feature. It will be in the VIP lounge by the end of the day. And you know what? If you're not a VIP, it's 33p a week. You know, if you got hole in last week, I had hole in my pocket. I must have lost 40p in a day because of all the shrapnel falling out. It really is.
What, you haven't got Mama Brown to stitch it up yet?
No, I was thinking about asking Nigel. He's very good with his needle and thread. But yeah, I mean, you can lose 33p out your pocket with hole in your pocket and probably not even realise it. 33 pence is a lot to some people still. And it's a lot to SPTV actually, because it's what keeps us going. It's what keeps Richard's technology and internet flowing through the internet, and you know, and it is for non-profit because whenever, if ever there's a surplus, Richard's always giving away stuff anyway. He's like, oh, I saw this and let's give it away. So it does all go back into SPTV. He doesn't earn anything from this. We don't earn anything from this. But I tell you what, from what I've seen from the comments and what I talk to people, you at home on Facebook and YouTube, You earn a lot from this, as you should.
Yeah.
And that is what we're here for. And it's another addition to the arsenal of joy that SPTV can bring. And I think it's essential. So details in VIP Lounge before the end of the day, UK time, of course.
Yeah. Maybe Richard can put up a direct link in the feed people can click on and just go straight into it and join. Might be easier. Did perfect. Look at that. He's on the ball. And look, we have our favourite Minty May joining us. Hey, Minty.
Morning, Minty.
Minty
Just
was
a month
very
ago.
Yeah, he was a very busy boy on the weekend. I saw he caught his live out reading somewhere in the country he was.
Yes, definitely. He's always out and about, that one. And of course, he will be out and about on the 9th of September too in Littleport.
You will.
Can you tell I'm getting really, really excited?
So am I. It's going to be
Interesting.
so good.
Absolutely. Interesting comment from Carol. I like that. Remembering loved ones this way is so respectful, as it shows how much they influenced and brought love into our lives, and we can share that with each other. Absolutely. And it's very tasteful, it's very respectful, and it's very, very touching, and it goosebumps, gut punches, it hits you in the feels, as one of my younger relatives would say. I'm going to stop trying to be young now, but of course, do stay tuned, everybody, because of course we'll have Kate May later on. We're going to be doing readings, chat, and answering your questions.
Yes, and we've got Stace Shaw that's just written, what I have gained from being with SPTV over the last 3 years, money will never be able to repay. So being a VIP is just a small way to give some support back. Absolutely.
Completely agree. And I could say that word for word, except the 3 years, because it's been a year for me now. But I have met some wonderful people. I've made some gorgeous friends, and it's just a wonderful thing. And then you absolutely,
Sure.
Terry Louise, or as my eldest son would say, it's banging.
It's banging.
Absolutely yes.
Little Sophie.
That would be
Eldest.
Sophie, the eldest.
Sophie.
It's banging. So hello, Sophie, if you're and if you're not, I'm sure Terry Louise will tell you that you got a mention, so you can come and have a look.
And I must admit, back in January, February, I was watching SPTV when you and Dawn were on.
Yes.
And I was in the deepest of my sorrows and watching my mum pass. And you and Dawn gave me a message.
Did we?
Yes, you did. You both touched my heart, and I needed to hear that. Like, we as mediums also need healing. So to hear a message, you guys picked me out, gave me a message, and it was absolutely spot on for exactly the time that I was going through. It made such a difference.
Wow.
And thank you. Yeah.
Oh, bless. I didn't realise that. See, this is how small the world becomes when you're part of SPTV. Obviously, we give out messages all the time, and we don't remember. I certainly, it is about the way the individual works with mediumship. But I never remember anything other than the first message I ever gave. I was allowed to remember that, but I never remember who I've worked with or what I've said. So, wow, Glenda, I didn't realise that.
It was absolutely beautiful, because Mum was just on her last days, and they're the hardest, one of the hardest, and the message just touched my heart. It validated everything that I was feeling, that I was thinking, because I was able to communicate with Mum telepathically, even though she couldn't talk. I could communicate with her, and you guys validated that as well. And just a few other. I'll never forget it. It was my very, very, very first message.
Wow. Oh, bless you. Oh, I really don't know what.
Yeah.
Richard, you've finally found someone who can do it. I'm lost for words. And Nicola on YouTube, bless her. I've not been here long, but absolutely love you all. And it's a community. And I think it's really, really important that is the main part of what we do. It is community building.
Thank you, Kaza. She's saying so much love to me.
Oh,
thank you.
And Terry Louise says, I've been a VIP 3 years now, and if I had paid for the readings received and the events I have attended, I would have spent a small fortune, not to mention the special people I now have in my life. That's actually a really, really good point, Terry. You know, a trance demonstration last night, you'd have been paying upwards of 10 quid to go and see. You know, the readings that people get, you know, even those very brief 10-minute ones that we give, you know, whilst we're working here, could be, you know, quite costly. You know, good time to mention we don't ask for stars, so don't send them.
No stars.
But, you know,
but we ask for shares.
Exactly.
Shares. We'll do shares.
we do shares. But you know, I'll send me X amount of stars, and you can have a 5-minute reading that sounds just like everybody else's, just with different words. You know, and you know, the quality of my fellow co-hosts and hosts on SPTV. You know, I dip in and out without mentioning all the time. And it's always good to see genuine quality mediumship being given out. And you don't have to pay for your reading. You know, 33p a week is nothing to support keeping this going. So it is absolutely amazing and well worth doing. So become a VIP. But if not, if you really can't afford it, that's fine too. Just share the bajinkies out of the show.
Yeah.
You know, share it to different groups, share it to your page, share it to your feed, because we've got 57 to beat this week. We need to keep breaking.
57.
And we're
still got to beat off.
We're still, but we're ahead of what we are normally at this time. So we are.
Yeah, maybe. What if we give out some readings? What about if we give out a little reading?
That's a good idea.
Okay. Let's see who shared.
Absolutely. You want to go first, Glenda?
Sure. Kaylee, Dawn Johnson shared. Susie Anderson, she shared. Can we go back to Dawn? We'll go quickly, Dawn. I'll give Dawn a card.
Dawn Johnson. Are you in the building?
Dawn Johnson. We're going to give you a card, Dawn Johnson. Okay, let me see what we've got here. Keep getting pulled to that one card as well. Distractions, clouds. Dawn, as I kind of look into this card and as I feel into your energy, I do get brought, I get a mum. I feel like a mum stepping forward. I feel like your mum has just kind of come on through. She's wanting to say hello. If this isn't your mum, it would be your nan. On your mum's side, I feel like I want to go to your mum, but I could be mum and nan because I feel like bang, bang, a double. Has my dad been visiting me on a night time in my bedroom? Would to love that, please. Okay, so I do get a mum. I'm not sure if you have lost mum or if it is your nan, because I feel like nan is kind of stepping forward. I do see she shows me a lovely necklace that she has on, some sort of beads or pearls, kind of chunky. I feel like this is chunky that she's wearing. She's stepping forward. I hear it. Is it a J name, a Jan? I don't know if you have a Jan around you, but I'm seeing cooking. She loved to cook or bake or something like this. Mum's living, dad and granddad in spirit. Okay, well, I'm getting a female here, so I'm not sure if I'm with you. Am I? Let me just feel into it. She did. Who on your mum's side? Can you understand who on your mum's side? Would this be your aunt? Because I kind of want to stick to your mum's side of the family. I do get a female on the mum's side. This woman cooked. She wore beautiful necklaces, bright necklaces. I feel as though she was strong with her beliefs. I get the number 5 with her, whether there was 5 children or 5 in the family of your mum and sisters, brothers. I'm getting like the number 5. That's coming in for her. So just wondering if I'm with you. I hope that I am. And I get the J name of whether there is a Jan in the family. I also get brought to February of the month. I'm getting brought to cooking in the kitchen. If she didn't cook, I believe that you have been baking away for a special treat or someone's birthday that's coming up. There's something that's a celebration that's coming up. The clouds, which is the stargazing. Yes, Grandma loved to bake. Awesome. The clouds, which are stargazing, is you actually stargazing. I say stargazing, but I want to say cloud gazing is you actually standing outside and you look up at the clouds. And I always used to do this with my mum. We used to look up at the clouds and we used to look at shapes. So if you haven't been looking up the clouds, if you haven't been seeing some shapes, I get like a dog face in the clouds. So I'm not sure if you've seen a dog face or if you have a dog in spirit. They're wanting to come through and say hello. I'm also seeing, what's this? She's showing me tinned, either you've gone into the pantry just of late, and she's showing me you've ran out of something, and I'll go to the pantry. I needed it to cook with. I've gone to the pantry and I've ran out. She's wanting to acknowledge the tin. I don't know, is it tin peas or something that you've been using, beans or something like this? And she's showing me this tin. So I'm not sure if you've ran out of something or if you've had this tin in your hand out of the pantry. She's just bringing my awareness to that, saying I'm around. She's also bringing my awareness to 2 dogs in spirit. Perfect. She's bringing my awareness to you've been thinking, you've got a couple of things on your mind. I want to go here and I want to go there. There's 2 things that you need to decide on right now. She's wanting to give you the push. She's saying, it doesn't matter which one you pick. They're both going to bring you around to the same. If you understand what she means, there's a decision you need to make this way or that way. You'll get the same answer no matter which way you choose to go. It's almost like a roundabout. She's showing me a roundabout. Do you have roundabouts as well there in the UK? Because I'm seeing this roundabout as well. She's showing me a roundabout. So I'm not sure if you live near a roundabout, because I'm seeing a roundabout as well. And she tells me you have a very big heart. She tells me that you're there for everyone. You're there to listen. You're a good listener. But sometimes you take too much on and you don't know how to disconnect or let it go. So she's wanting to let you know to let go of the little things. You've either been filling your heart, your soul, your head with too much emotional stuff. You need to let a lot of it go because it doesn't matter. They're the little things. Focus on being happy. She shows me that you've been sad. She's showing me that sad face and you've been a bit sad and emotional, and she wants you saying, that sad face, I want you to turn it up the other way. I want you to see you smile. You have a beautiful smile. She shows me these smile and beautiful white, like these beautiful white teeth. I want to say smile because it's that, I want to see your teeth. She's saying, I want to see you smile with those big teeth. I'm not saying that you have big teeth, but she wants to see those teeth shining. She's also bringing my awareness to some flowers. I'm seeing a bunch of flowers. Not sure if you've actually placed some flowers somewhere, because I'm seeing you holding with flowers. Me and my daughter are not talking. She blocked me. Miss her so much. So I'm seeing flowers. She's wanting to give you some flowers. She's wanting to say, I love you and it's going to be okay. She's also showing me the heartache, that just how it's almost like this broken heart that you have, and just the letting go of the emotions that you've stored in here. She says you're both as stubborn as each other. One of you is going to have to take the step into reconciling. That's what she's just shown me straight away. Let go of the little things. Let go of the little things. I'm not sure who's the Taurus, because I'm seeing the stubborn bull. I'm seeing the bull. And it's like whether your daughter is standing her ground, she's trying to prove a point. She's just wanting to say, be patient, and everything will fall into place. Again, going back to that roundabout, it'll come back around. I leave you with that message, Dawn, and my heart goes out to you. We are both stubborn. Yeah, my heart goes out to you, because there is nothing worse than not communicating with your daughter, your son. They're the hardest things that we have to face being a parent. Just go into that love, send her healing, and just be there when she's ready to reconnect with you. My heart goes out to Dawn. Everybody send Dawn some love.
Absolutely. Send healing to Dawn and all of those in her life. Beautiful message, Glenda. Beautiful.
Thank you. Stacey Shaw is asking for some healing and positive vibes. She doesn't often ask. She's received some concerning news that she wasn't expecting. So if we can all send Stace some love and some healing and some positivity her way. Some of that rainbow love.
Absolutely. And of course, I will put both Dawn Johnson and Stace Shaw in my healing book as well. And
Beautiful.
Of course, Richard's going to have a way of us being able to put names down as well, coming very soon as well, which I think is healing is the most important part of any journey. Mediumship can help with that, but then healing is mediumship in its own right as well, which it really, really should be. So healing thoughts to everyone. And good morning to Kaylee Byrne as well. Good morning to you. And so, love that was such a gorgeous message, Glenda. I hope it helped.
Yeah. It's hard. We all have our problems. We all have things that we go through, all on different levels, all on different spectrums. We are all going through something, and we just have to be kind to each other.
Yes, absolutely. Vianello Tracy. Wow, this could be my reading, and my daughter is a Taurus too. Do you know what? One of the things that I've learned, and I know that some skeptics would say this is a bit of a cop-out. I think there is an element of truth in what I'm about to say that people say a lot. I don't say it as much as people, because I get it, but spirit are able to let people know in various different ways that somebody is watching. So when you do recognize something, at the very least, what it does is it pops your loved ones into your mind, and as soon as that happens, they know you're thinking about them, so they'd be able to be there and help and support. So it is possible that there may well have been a universal constant trying to reach out to you there, and remind you of those loved ones in spirit that may well be saying those things to you, just so that you can connect with them as well. So never underestimate your own mediumistic abilities to just call out and ask for help. One of the things that we say on a Thursday night when we're doing healing is we thank people for asking for healing, because it's the first step and it's not an easy thing to do. And I think that's really important. We should be brave enough to ask. And healing starts with asking. So ask. There we go.
Absolutely. And like you said, we often get double links.
Yes.
Spirit will jump in wherever they can to give you that message. So if you can take a message on that message for yourself, you take that on. I know my mum always sends, when someone's having a reading, I can take that. That's a message for me too. So
yeah, Absolutely. So the sharing continues. So keep sharing, my lovelies. Let us know that you've shared, and then Richard will show us some names. And it's my turn to pick a card, any card. So if I could see some shared Facebook and YouTube followers, I'll and we've got a new face too, Michelle. Now I'm going to try my best. I do apologise in advance. Let me know how I do. Michelle Litchform from across the pond, new here, so welcome. And let me know how badly I pronounced your name.
We've got Sherry Daniels from Canada joining us as well. Welcome, Sherry.
Fabulous, Sherry. And so let's see some names. So Letitia's shared, Natalie's shared, Pamela has shared, Jennifer has shared, Christine has shared, lots of shares going on. Kayleigh-Ann has shared, Seven Ocean Skies has shared. I love your name, by the way, all the way through. Joanne has shared, Nicola has shared, Paul has shared, Dawny has shared, because it's an amazing show. Thank you, Dawny. And Karen Taylor has shared. Hello, Karen Taylor. May I come to you, please?
I felt that too.
It's like, I know Richard was probably sitting there thinking, "Will you link in with someone and hurry up?" And I was thinking, why am I waiting so long? It's nice to say all these names that have shared to give some recognition, but Karen Taylor, if you are still watching and didn't fall asleep during my listing of shared people, please may I work with you. I'm using some Healing with Angel Oracle cards today. And I'm going to split the pack, and I've been pulling 2 or 3 out of them recently because that they've got these big words on that help. So the 3 that I've got is meditation, retreat.
Oh, I love these cards.
Guardian angel. They are some beautiful, beautiful cards. Doreen never lets me down. She does some amazing cards, bless her heart. Saying it like I know her, I really don't. But I feel like I know her soul by the amount of cards that I've flipped through of hers over the years.
She knows our pockets, that's for sure.
She certainly does. Oh gosh, yes. So combining these 3, starting in the order in which they were pulled: meditation, retreat, guardian angels. This is something that would be very prevalent to you at the moment, Karen. I don't know whether you are on your journey, starting your journey, or been considering your journey, but the journey into developing your own connection with spirit is something that is very prevalent, because what I'm seeing here is that this is a route that people very often take when they come into this way of life, with the meditation, and then retreat, because sometimes that retreat is withdrawing, and sometimes it's, oh, is it for me, is it not for me, and it can be that kind of retreat too. But what we must understand is sometimes we must protect ourselves, and then of course we follow in with the guardian angel who's watching over someone who's been through a great deal of emotional distress. I'm seeing, because the pictures are now being washed into what I'm being given, and I know that there's been so much going on with you right now. And if you are still with us, just let me know that you're here so I can just touch base with you, Karen. As I link in with you, I'm very much aware of a gentleman actually stepping forward who is, been kind of leading me down this path. And that is a phrase that I have to come back to in a moment. Apparently, being led down a path. It's that feeling that's very prevalent with you at the moment. And this gentleman, as he steps forward, he's looking at me out of the corner of his eye a little bit, as if to say, he's not so sure about all this. And that's what he would have been like in his earthly life. Obviously, he's aware that it's real now, but there's this gentleman stepping forward who wouldn't have been very sure about this. And I wonder, based on what I've been given from the cards, could it be? Oh, yes, you're still here. Hi, Karen. Just let us know in the comments whether I'm talking out of me what's it, or if you can understand this. This gentleman would have been very protective of you, defensive of you, would have been very, very concerned of you getting duped. And that's why he was looking out the corner of his eye at me, saying, "Hey, make sure you look after her. Make sure you don't mess her around." So I know that there would have been questions from him relating to this way of life. Um, it could be as simple as he really wasn't convinced, or it could be that he was one of the world's greatest mediums and didn't like seeing people mucking you around. But if you could just let us know. This gentleman, as he comes forward, he's talking very much about the meditative state, that meditation doesn't have and shouldn't really be sitting there contemplating your navel doing nothing. That there should be some active involvement. Remember that connection, halfway house. And sitting and listening to some nice music or looking at something pretty can be meditation and meditating, because it's just altering that state. But every time you get to a certain point, is telling me, it's like you withdraw, you pull back from it. But it's until you realize that pulling back is what's holding you back. um you won't get what I'm being told is, you won't get what you need from this. But obviously they will be helping in their own sweet way in the background, doing what they can and sorting things out. But it's that evidence that you are needing to come forward. So I hope that can help. And if you can understand where this gentleman, I do feel fatherly with this gentleman, I've got to say. And I hope that can help you, Karen, and I hope that you understand all that. So I'll say, God bless you and thank you for listening.
Awesome, Nick. I think we can all do use a little bit of that meditative stating and taking a bit of time for ourselves.
Absolutely.
We're so busy, it's sometimes hard to stop and be still.
Yes, absolutely. Always food for thought, definitely. And thank you to everyone who is liking and sharing and VIPing. We're what? Really? Ooh, wow!
This is interesting.
Going, friends, keep it going. Oh, Carol
We're getting
Phillips
some great shares
because she can't share anymore. Bless you. Well, thank you for sharing, Carol. So
hopefully we'll have that many people turn up on our VIP night.
Absolutely,
that would be fantastic. So who's coming? Write in the comments. Are you coming? Have you got a ticket? Who's interested? Can you let us know? Are you kind of just hanging around waiting to last minute in case you've got if you've got something on and you're waiting last minute to get a ticket? We'd love to know if you're kind of still keen. We'd love to.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
And for those that are new and weren't here with us last week, just a rundown of what we're talking about. On the 9th of September at Little Port Village Hall, before I go too deep into that, have we got a video for that still, Richard? Excellent. So on the 9th of, I'll do a brief rundown, and then we can have Glenda say her magic words. On the 9th of September, Glenda, myself, Richard, David Hale, Minty May, and the wonderful Bill Hughes will be coming to Little Port Village Hall, which is where I actually live. So you're going to have 5 mediums and Richard for £10. I'll be hosting the demonstration of mediumship at the beginning, and then the night will be ending with a demonstration of trance mediumship. For those that got their appetites whetted last night by the lovely Miguel. and Braveheart, there will be a demonstration of trance, and this time it will be under an infrared camera. And Linda Brown says, I will be on the door, so we'll meet everyone. Yes, you get to meet Mama Brown. She will be the one greeting you at the door. So make sure you bring your ticket. But yes, so it's going to be really, really exciting. £10.
Yeah, and you get to see Richard.
Terry Louise says 5 mediums and Richard, which is the selling point. And you know what? It's a close one, because I told someone in our church that this was going on, and I didn't mention, the Richard being there, but she said, "Is Richard going to be there?" That was the first thing she said. Is Richard going to be there? So, Eunice.
Yes, Richard.
Absolutely. So Richard, we have to make a thing of Richard's arrival in Littleport, but it's going to be amazing. And so, we have news just coming in. Breaking news: the Lionesses are through to the World Cup quarter-final. Thanks, Dave. Well, I did actually want to know that. So, anyone who hasn't seen yet the breaking news, the Lionesses are through to the World Cup quarterfinal. Well done, Lionesses. And so, Glenda, we do have a VT. So, what is the magic words?
Roll 'em, Richard.
Spiritual Psychics TV presents a wonderful evening of mediumship and trance. Our evening is hosted by Nick Brown with guests Bill Hughes, Glenda-Marie, David Hale and Minty May. Our exciting event is being held at the Littleport Village Hall, which is in Ely. The date for our magical showcase is Saturday the 9th of September. The price is only £10, which includes refreshments. For ticket information, please visit myspiritualevents.com.
So very much looking forward to rolling out the red carpet, as Terry Louise has just said, for everyone. But Richard gets to walk on it first. It's so exciting, and in a world where one medium and £24 a ticket is a thing, to get 5 mediums for a tenner is so much good value for money. And I think it is absolutely brilliant, and I'm so looking forward to welcoming the SPTV family to Littleport. Carol Phillips says, "Yay, Mrs. Brown. Is Richard coming dressed like the Stig so we can't see his face?" So, are you going to be wearing a nice tight white leather suit with a motorcycle helmet? It's just a thought, But no, I really genuinely am. I am looking forward to meeting Richard again, and to meeting all of you guys for the first time as well. And someone must be feeling very psychic about the conversation of the color of the carpet.
I think Stacey's tuning into our backstage conversation about the pink carpet she's just mentioned.
Yes.
No, it needs to be pink to match Nick's tutu.
I'll have you know that my tutu is rainbow coloured, and there is talk about things being stuck on the internet forever. The last lockdown service we did on the internet for Littleport Church, I actually showed everybody that I was wearing it. It's there somewhere, but I'm not telling you where.
I'm not reading that comment.
Oh, I will. Wendy Payne says, "Oh, stop, I'm thinking gimp suit now. You and me both, darling." And so...
I love this show.
We've been so high, and then we drop so low.
We can't help ourselves.
And I've started a trend, because Terry Louise can just picture Richard in a tight leather suit, but she is rolling on the floor laughing. So, there we are. And you know what? You might think, oh, we've slipped out of healing mode. Laughter is so important for healing and upliftment. It really, really is. But I'm so looking forward to, there's going to be so much going on that day. We're going to be meeting each other for the first time in person, meeting so many people that come. So do get your tickets. Link, I'm sure, has been shared by Richard. And, I'm even going to be doing some of your washing for you when you get back from Stansted.
I just thought of something then. I'm not even going to go there. After seeing your bedroom, Nick, I don't know if I want my underwear drying on your air rack.
I've got. I'll make sure not to do any lives before the event, so people can't see. Don't know. But there we go. So
It's gone red in the face, Richard. Look.
I've gone full stop. I am gone full stop now. And so I think now indeed would be an appropriate time to see some adverts. So for the second time today, we will. Oh yes, of course. In spite of all of the frivolity, we will be back doing more readings. The cards are here. More readings after the break. But for now, Richard, roll beats.
Spiritual Psychics TV presents a wonderful evening of mediumship and trance. Our evening is hosted by Nick Brown with guests Bill Hughes, Glenda-Marie, David Hale and Minty May. Our exciting event is being held at the Littleport Village Hall, which is in Ely. The date for our magical showcase is Saturday the 9th of September. The price is only £10, which includes refreshments. For ticket information, please visit myspiritualevents.com.
Are you planning a paid spiritual event or looking for something to do this weekend? Then visit myspiritualevents.com. You can browse the listing, view the event details, watch a YouTube clip, look at a mini gallery, select dates and times, pay for tickets using PayPal or your debit card. Organizers can register for free and start selling tickets within minutes, be it for their online or in-person spiritual event. As an organizer, you will have access to your own admin dashboard, which will display information such as your income and your bookings, all in a simple and user-friendly display. It's free to use. Join and upgrade to an organizer. Come and visit us at myspiritualevents.com.
Tonight from 8 p.m, Claire Pasterfield hosts her show, Heavenly Sprinkles, for an evening of mediumship readings.
We are live and we are back, and lots to unpack there. In particular, Vianello Tracy's comment of, why was Glenda in Nick's bedroom? So many questions. I can tell you that it's not as bad as it sounds, because obviously Glenda is in Australia and I am in the UK. There have been many people in my bedroom over the years. That really doesn't help. I broadcast my Friday. I broadcast a philosophy thing on Friday with Reverend Tony called The Two Revs. We just sit and we yak about spiritual philosophy, and I broadcast that from my bedroom, and I call it the Boudoir del Brown. So there have been many people in my bedroom, cyberly rather than literally. It's a very lonely place physically, but that's another story altogether. But what makes you not lonely is staying tuned to SPTV, because tonight, of course, we've got some Heavenly Sprinkles with wonderful show. Awesome, lovely lady. So Heavenly Sprinkles tonight, and then Something's Coming, new show, and that's next Tuesday, which is awesome. And sorry, I've got someone coming through, so I'm getting a bit distracted. So Jennifer's on next week.
Yes, the love doctor.
The spiritual love doctor. Coming through.
I was waiting for that.
I I knew you were. I knew you were. So, Jennifer, the Love Doctor, is going to be with us from next Tuesday, which is awesome, is it not?
Absolutely. I love Jennifer Rose. She's the most.
Jennifer Rose is the most wonderful and lovely medium, I'm sure, that Glenda was about to say before she got savaged by the internet. There you go. Cheers.
Am I back?
You're back. You're back. You're back. Yes.
I was just sending so much love to Jennifer Rose because I think she is the most compassionate person, medium, lady that I have come across. I've known Jennifer for quite a while and watched her over the years, and she's just been so inspiring to watch. So it's so great that she's having her own show, and what better way to share her love but to work with the love factor.
This is
yeah.
Wonderful. And we've got a clip, so your turn.
Roll 'em, Richard.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're getting a bit of pink envy, aren't we, darling? We're getting a bit of pink envy.
Yes, I love the pink. As you can see, I have pink everywhere, and
So-
I'm going to have to buy a nice little pink shirt for Nick when I go over to visit him.
Now, is that for you to wear or me to wear?
For you. I can see you in pink.
Bless you. Do you know what? Pink is so not my color. It makes me look more bright red than when I've said something naughty, which doesn't happen very often, of course. So shall we see who is out there, those lovely SPTVers, and do some more messages?
Roll 'em, Richard.
And that is, of course, the names of those that are online. So Kelly Roquette has liked, shared, and is a VIP, and has never had a message from Glenda before.
Well, if you haven't had a message, okay, well, let's go to Kelly. Easy, straight up. Let's go to Kelly. Kelly
There you
hasn't
go.
had a message.
Kelly Roquette
Okay.
hasn't had a reading from Glenda before. Well, now you are.
Okay. Kelly, I'm hoping that this one makes. Oh, Kelly's VIP too, so that's a perk as well. So Kelly, what I have for you here is the moving on card. I do feel as though there's been some emotional things that you've been going through. I do feel as though that you're getting through that emotional heaviness. I feel as though you're taking that step forward. You're making the effort to do the healing, the work, taking the footsteps there, as you can see in the card, and moving forward. I do see, what do I need to say to you? That you need to love yourself. Do you not love yourself? You don't feel worthy. I feel like I need to hug you and say that you are beautiful and you are unique and you are lovable. I just want to, I want to empower you. So have that freedom, that love for yourself, that you are worthy of everything that this world has to offer. I see you struggle in so many different ways. Rejection is one thing that I keep getting. You take things so to your heart. You're very sympathetic. I can't even speak now. Empathetic, but you have so much sympathy for everybody out there. Not necessarily reciprocated for you, but I do see that you are moving away from a certain chapter in your life and moving forward. Have you also changed careers, or there's been a change at work? You might be moving forward from that work, and something new coming for you there. You have got what it takes. You're lacking the confidence. I want to say, or thank you, have been clearing emotions over the years, but do lack self-worth and confidence. I want to empower you and say you are taking the steps. I'm seeing either you're sitting in circles, or you're coming together, or you're doing something, because I feel like there's people coming together. So whether you're doing some practices or doing some healings, or you're sitting in circles. I'm seeing that coming for you. And let me just see. There's someone here that's, look at me, I've got my head scratching. There's someone here. I'm like, oh, I keep getting brought to the head. I want to go to a male. I feel like I get brought to the head. I also want to say I'm struggling to speak. My words are getting jumbled up. If you can understand someone in the spirit world, there that they couldn't, towards the end, they couldn't speak. They couldn't get what they wanted across to you. But I also feel that the passing was due to the head, whether that was like a Alzheimer's or a brain bleed or something like this. If you can understand that, Kelly, I do get a gentleman step forward. He is more like, is that an uncle, or is that, have you got an uncle in the spirit world? Because he kind of gets, I get to the side. I'm starting to connect with others after being a hermit for so long. Congratulations, Kelly, because this gentleman is wanting to step forward to give you that nudge. This gentleman also loved people. He loved to be around people, and he's wanting to push you out of your comfort zone. I also get John or a Johnny in the family, if you can understand a Johnny that's somewhere in the family for you. He's showing me your hair. Have you also done something different to your hair? Because he's wanting to go like this with your hair. Do you have long hair, Kelly? I'm not really sure. I can't see your profile picture, but he's wanting to rub your hair as well. Sounds like my grandfather had a fall, knocked to the head and couldn't talk. He's showing me your hair, so I don't know if you've done something to your hair. This also step grandfather, perfect. Would you also understand rubbing his head when he was in the hospital? He's also coming through with, they always go to food with me. I don't know what it is. He's these little square cakes. I don't know what they have where you live. And I'm getting some square cakes. I want to say they're sweet salty. So I'm not really sure. I'm just getting that sweet salty taste. It's almost like the top is salty, or if you can say like a biscuit type, and then inside was quite sweet. So it was different types of filling he's showing me. And he used to like this sweet, salty taste. I'm not sure if you can understand what that is. I can't give you the name. Okay, he's just showing me. Do you have those cakes or biscuits, and they're kind of like a lattice? You know, like a lattice biscuit or something like this. That's what he's kind of bringing forward to me, because he's showing me the biscuits, and he's also showing the cups of teas that he loved. He also shows me that someone in the family is a mechanic or has been working on cars or mechanical side. Yes, I've been growing my natural hair out color. Yes, I patted his head. He knew me as the blonde granddaughter. Perfect. Great validation. And also, would you understand the mechanic or someone that is fixing cars or machinery in the family? Because he's bringing my awareness to this as well. Someone who's either needing to go to the dentist, because he's bringing my mouth, needing to go to the dentist, putting it off, but needs to go because someone's got the sore jaw or the mouth. He's also coming through with that. He's just telling me that he wants to push you forward. You've been holding back on doing something. Either you haven't had the confidence to take that step forward, but he's wanting to give you the nudge from behind. You can do it. You can do it. It's only one little step, he says. Money's been tight, but if you really focus and you really want this, the money will come. He's saying the money will come. And he's leaving you coins. I know the ones. I don't recall the biscuits, so I'm not really sure, but I know what I mean. Yes, my brother is a fitter and turner. My mother has poor teeth. He's definitely coming through. Look out for the coins, because he's talking about money, but also the coins. Can you keep a lookout? He's sending you the coins on the floor. If you pick up a coin, someone's off to the bank, he says. There's someone off to the bank, so I'm not really sure who goes to the bank or is going to the bank. I'm seeing someone off to the bank. He's just bringing my awareness to that as well, wanting to purchase something, because he's wanting to talk about the money. He's talking about the money, and take the steps. Take the steps. You said you are loved. You have the right people around you. Just cut the ones away. He's going like this. There's certain people that don't need to be there, and you know that. He's almost given me that, like shooing the fly away. He's going, just get rid of the ones that you don't need in your life. He's wanting to just empower you to take the steps forward, Kelly. Biggest love. He's just gone straight into his heart. He tells me that you hugged him before you left him. It's almost like you left and then he passed, because he's showing me that you gave him the hug and you reached over and hugged him and held him tight. And I feel as though he was very, very frail. Oh, I noticed a coin today. Excellent. He was very frail towards the end, because as I hug him, it's almost like I can feel his bones in his back. He's very frail. And he's saying, thank you for the hugs. Thank you for the love. Thank you for everything that you did for me. I'll never forget them. And I don't want you to forget all the good times either. So Kelly, I leave you with all the love. And I want to tell you that you are loved by the spirit world and also the ones here in your life. So big love to you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Mate. Kelly, I'm sure, but I hope also, and I know that will have been of help, support.
He's just Kelly's just wrote, that's him, definitely. He was such a gentle soul to me. He passed as soon as I left the hospital. Yeah, he just showed me that in the vision. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Kelly, for allowing me to connect in with you.
And Kelly, that's the best word that I would use as well. Thank you, Glenda. That was remarkable. Truly remarkable. A beautiful, beautiful message. Thank you for bringing him forward. And so now it would be an excellent time to get some more messages of the tarot scope variety as we dive into the wonderful world of Kate May. My turn. Richard, roll VT.
Hello and welcome to my channel, Kate May Modern Day Mystic, for your week ahead tarot reading. So, got a big shift coming this week with Lionsgate. It's on my YouTube channel, check it out. It's probably everywhere. Lionsgate on the 8th of the 8th is going to be huge. Great time for manifestation. So, let's have a look at your week ahead. I'm going to kick off with Aries. We have the Empress. Now, the Empress Aries is going to be fabulous for you this week. This indicates growth. This indicates comfortable energy. This indicates that there's going to be abundance around you. It's funny because in my head, I know an Aries and her daughter is getting married this week. And this card is very much around mother-daughter energy, with love, with support, with just everything beautiful, really. We've got the planet Venus in here. So Aries, this is going to be a really good week for you. Whatever you're doing, there's growth here, there's abundance here. There is a chance to really connect to Mother Earth, really connect to your roots and find what it is that's going to make you feel really lush in every way. If you are expecting some good news, I would say definitely this is coming, maybe in the form of family news as well, Aries. But a great week with that Empress abundant energy. Okay, Taurus. Completely different, Taurus. We have a little bit of a struggle week for you, Taurus. Now, this is actually Mercury in Taurus as well as the Five of Pentacles. So here you've got to speak up. You've got to start talking about what is bothering you, which isn't good for you, Tauruses who don't like to speak up. But this indicates while you're struggling, you know, you could end up struggling longer than what you actually want. So speak up and ask for help, ask for support, because it is there. Be mindful of your money, but do think this week, even if it is a little bit trying, particularly around your health there, Taurus, it is only temporary. It's not going to last. So it's going to be important that you reach out for help and you don't struggle alone this week. Gemini, king of your money. This week is going to be good news around business opportunities, around financial ventures, anything to do with investments or getting ordered around business and around home. This is the week to do it. You might find you get some good advice coming to you as well to help with your finances. Cancer, difficult week for you, Cancer, 3 of Swords. There could be something to do with disappointing news or emotions just running super high this week. However, don't forget, again, this is a temporary card, and this is one of those cards that are better reverse. And in order to turn it reverse, you want to release what the hurt is, release what the pain is. Don't hold on to anything this week, Cancer. Remember to let things go. And if it's a disappointment, it's a disappointment. If it's something that you've got to go through, your soul will grow through it. So any disappointment or any hurts this week, try and release it. Don't hold on to it, Cancer. Leo, death card. Some cracking ones this week. This indicates that there is endings around you, Leo, this week. There is going to be closure. Think about what you need to end. Think about what you need to finish. There is closure on the horizon. Virgo, got to hold on to your money this week, Virgo. You have to be a bit careful and a bit cautious. Not so much that you're being super tight, but just enough that you are careful and mindful. Be flexible with things this week, Virgo. You don't want to be stuck too much. Libra, your hard work is paying off. Things are going to get good for you this week. You're going to start to see the results. You're going to be able to enjoy a little bit of life's luxuries. And after some slow progress, you're going to start to feel that everything was worth it. Scorpio, get ordered with your finances. This week, Scorpio, you should find you're someone who can do it all, has it all, and can create it all, can manifest it all. If it isn't you, then you're going to find someone this week who comes in your pathway, maybe an earth sign, to help you, to support you, someone who has got it all there. Good news is coming this week in the form of support, Scorpios, but do get on top of your finances and order around your home area, particularly try and find some order. Sagittarius, a little bit of juggling this week, robbing Peter to pay Paul perhaps, or just got a lot of things, I was going to say a lot of balls in the air, a lot of things in the air this week, Saggies, but you are able to manage it. A choice and decision will need to be made that has to be practical, using your head over your heart. Capricorn, new beginning, fresh start for you, Capricorn. This week indicates that you're off to a new start. There is a new chapter. There is a new venture. You only need to take what you need. Some things are going to be spontaneous this week for you, Capricorn, so it might make you feel out of your comfort zone, but go for it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Aquarius, keep doing what you're doing, Aquarius. Don't rock the boat. Don't make any big major changes. Keep things as normal as they can. Spiritual work, spiritual study, teachings and learnings could be super important, as is being a part of a group or organisation this week. And Pisces, the High Priestess. Follow what feels right for you, Pisces. All may not be quite clear or as it seems on the outside, but inside you know what it's all about. There might be some secrets going on as well. Keep things to yourself. Keep things to yourself. A bigger picture is there, so it's important that you trust. Have a great week, everyone.
And we are back in more ways than one. Welcome back, and thank you to the lovely Kate May. Always look forward to hearing what Kate's got to say, and always look forward to finding out what my week's going to entail. So, Glenda, they've only gone and done it. We have broken the 100 shares. Isn't that awesome? Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Well
Oh,
done.
we love you. We love you. We love you. And you know what we need? More love hearts. Can you hit the love or the like or the love? You reckon we can beat that too?
Reactions is another good thing to express that you want to message and let the world know that we're here, because reactions cost you nothing, and it doesn't even it's if you're on your phone, it's right down at the bottom of the screen. You can bang away to your heart's content.
Yeah.
Oh God, I knew he was gonna laugh.
Richard's
I tried to keep a straight face. I realised what I. Moving on, Rebecca Wolf says, "Yay, well done." And yeah, it is a wonderful thing. And Kelly Roquette, 100 shares. Wow, it is a Monday morning miracle, all of its own. And so
what
yeah,
a better way to start the day, like
Absolutely.
the week. That's awesome. 100 shares.
It is
Absolutely.
brilliant. Thank you all. But yeah, reactions is good too. You can tap. You just sit there. Literally, I do it all the time when someone says something I like. I'm like, I need to express how much I like this. So I do get quite excitable. you know, me.
You know, the laughing face, just do it at Nick non-stop.
Yeah. Speaking of Nick non-stop, it's time for Nick to get started, because I believe it's my turn to share a message from the world of spirit. And before we do that, of course, just a reminder about the new feature that we'll be having in the show starting next week. For VIPs, if you're a VIP, this one's for you. And if you're not a VIP, this is an indicator of why you should be. The remembrance section of the show. It is limited to one per person because of the way the system works. But there will be details in the VIP lounge by the end of today, UK time, to how you can take part in that. And it is just it's so beautiful. I think today, really, for me, the theme has been the beauty of this way of life. You know, certainly the message that you just gave to Kelly, it was beautiful and it was heartfelt and it was touching. And you know, the connection we have to those that have gone before, just letting the world know that they are remembered, you know, is it's such a beautiful thing. So it's a wonderful gift for Richard to share with everyone. So, you know, again, thank you, Richard, for doing that. It's beautiful.
He's very, very clever.
And so, for that deeper reminder, VT.
Hugh David was born on December 5th, 1927, and sadly passed on December 3rd, 1997. He will be remembered by his children, his sister, and all his family, including his friends. Brian Pitt was born on September 14th, 1952, and sadly passed on November 12th, 2019. He will be remembered by Karen, Terry, Adam, Lee, and all his family, including his grandchildren, who loved him dearly. James Albert was born on February 19th, 1906, and sadly passed on October 2nd, 1983. He will be remembered by all his family, including his grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Fabulous. We are back. And so if you, obviously the details will be in the VIP lounge, but name, dates, little message, no more than 10 seconds worth. Yeah, you'll be able to see that next week. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And you get your family name and family picture on screen. It'd be stunning. Absolutely stunning. Well, I believe, Glenda, is it my turn?
Yes, what's the magic word? Words.
The magic words are roll the names, Richard. Roll them. Yeah, absolutely. Lorraine Clark, well done, Richard. It's stunning. It's stunning. It really, really is. Natasha Hanbury, are you there? Please, well, you've just said, please, just let us know that you're still there, that you haven't drifted off into the cyberspace. So, Natasha Hanbury, can I come to you? Just say hello, and just please remember to just keep commenting whilst I'm talking, just to make sure that I'm in the right direction, let people know what's going on. But if I could come to you, Natasha, I'm going to pluck a card for you. And that, you know, I knew that one was going to come because I saw it earlier. This is Surrender and Release. Surrender and Release. And with this card, I'm being made very aware that this is kind of like a situation that's going on around you at the moment, where you feel like you're always constantly having to give in to people. Natasha's here. Hello, Natasha. You feel like you're constantly having to give in to people. It's it's this whole thing about this burden of being the kind, helpful person that you are. Okay, thank you. The kind, helpful person that you are. As I feel this link build up, I'm being made aware of a gentleman stepping forward. Not necessarily his, but in connection with him, the name of Brian is being called out. And I know that this gentleman is always like he's watching you in your earthly life and constantly saying, why does she keep giving in to people? Why does she keep giving in to people? And you give your time, you give your understanding, you give your sympathy, and sometimes it feels like you're getting very, very little back in return. And then you correct yourself because you would correct him on that. But I do get back what I need to get back. Thank you, spot on. So thank you. As this gentleman steps forward, he's reminding you, but you must have time to release your own burdens, because it can be very lonely, can't it, Natasha, at times when you take on the weight of the world. The world doesn't necessarily always take on your partner and friend was Brian. Thank you. He would have been someone who very much wanted to. So your partner's friend was Brian. You would understand that this is someone who would have been very interested in you getting your ducks in a row. Thank you. As he steps forward, I am having problems with saying some of my words. It's almost like there was some sort of thing going on with his memory, that sometimes he wouldn't remember everything, so we'd have to stop and think. I don't think that was a very long condition, but I do feel that it was something very prevalent towards the end of his life, and I'm feeling so cold with him. I don't know whether this is something. Yeah, okay. I'm feeling injured. I'm feeling injured, and I thank you. This isn't always a very nice one, so I'm just going to skim past it very quick. I can taste blood with this gentleman coming through. So I know that there would have been an injury. And that sets him off quite emotionally, so I'm just going to skirt past that now, but just put it out there so that you're aware of it. But this coldness, he says, I did feel very, very cold. I did feel very, very cold. And that was what he mostly remembers, I have to say. So, but he's now back to his former glory, his former self, just putting the world to rights. And he's taken me back to you getting your ducks in a row and sorting out, you, because he's taken a special interest, this gentleman, in you, because you are just so kind. And it's thank you. What I'm seeing is kind of like, it's almost like you are at the center of everything in a social gathering and everyone's gathered around you, but you feel so alone because it's more about what they can get from you and what you're able to provide from them. But whilst it feels like that, there are times that you must remember, and I'm sure realize, because that's why you still keeps doing it. Sounds like your brother. Okay, thank you, darling. So obviously the connection name I did say wasn't necessarily that person. So if it sounds like your brother, this is someone who would, and thinking about it, someone who was always putting you right, always squaring you up, telling you to get your ducks in your row, but loved you unconditionally. Still does. And what I'm feeling here is just this. He keeps coming back to this release. Thank you, Natasha. You do. He keeps coming back to this release bit. Release. Okay, thank you. I know he was real fun. He's got a cracking sense of humor here, because he sits here taking the mick out of me, and he says, "You need to release your burden." And he just sat there and did the lotus position with his fingers up in the air. He's like, "Release your burden, release your burden." And although he's taking the mick and having a little bit of a giggle, he's actually being quite serious in that, because there are many spiritual things that we can do that doesn't involve becoming a medium and communicating with the world of spirit, although I do recommend it. It's a good fun and very uplifting, but we have to do it for ourselves first. We have to release those burdens, release those traumas, understand them, and then we can help others with it. And so part of that process of doing what we do in this way of life can be of great support and help to you in order to push you forward and give you the rest. Thank you. We was talking during the setup about Glenda coming to Scotland, and it's going to be her break. You need a break. You need a break. It's not so much about just releasing your burden. You need to spread your wings, lady, and just let it flow. You need to spread your wings and let it flow and just have a bit of a break from it all, because thank you. Your brother passed in an accident, so that would tie in with what I was feeling. I know that there was in particular issues around the mouth and the shoulders, so I know there would have been that impact, but he wanted you to know he only felt the cold. It's not like young. He didn't feel pain. He didn't feel the pain. He just felt the cold. And so when he was welcomed by a lady in spirit who just had these lovely melty eyes that you all just got lost in, he felt the warmth again. And he needs you to feel warmth, because I feel this connection with the coldness with you, with you and him, this coldness. Right, okay. So you get these sudden drafts when the doors closed and the windows are closed. It's almost like you feel this sudden chill. It's like, oh, like this giddy down my spine. That's him coming through, and it's his calling card to let you know that he is there. And he wants you to know that he is there. He's not afraid. He's not scared. He's not upset. I do have to tell you that as he was building, thank you. That there's something I've got to say about something in my eye. It was distracting. Your mum's in spirit with him, so that they are very much, double teaming you at the moment. I've got to say, because it would take the both of them to get you to listen and actually take some time for yourself. But there's something about having something in my eye. For me, it was a little bit of a tear or an eyelash, but it could have been something else. But there's something in my eye. And they want you to move forward. And yes, now like goosebumps. Isn't it wonderful that he can be here and with you? He says it's great. He says, I can do all the things I always wanted to do and more besides. Because he was quite adventurous. He was quite full of good ideas. Okay, not all of them always turned out as good as he wanted them to be fair, but just such a great guy to know. And although he was young, he was extremely mature emotionally. Yes, he could let his hair down and have a laugh, but there were moments when you would just look at him and see this old man staring out of his eyes. And I'm getting in trouble for questioning his age now. But he was very eternally youthful. He would like me to say. So he's joking about his age now because he did have a bit of pride in his appearance. Let's be fair. And he didn't like being. Oh, thank you. Yes, there's a phrase people used to call him an old head on young shoulders, and he didn't always like that because he thought, well, his shoulders were the same age as his head, and he certainly looked that way too. So he's having a bit of a giggle about that as well. But he didn't like. He struggled with praise. He's just like you, so don't you criticize him. He's having a right go now. This is kind of the interactions. Yeah, just like you, so don't you be coming back on that. So he's very much about having that giggle, remembering the laughs, remembering the fun, and just letting you know that he is there supporting you. He was a fidgeter though, because I can feel myself and see myself fidgeting, and he wants to pick you another card actually because he says, surrender and release. It might have been appropriate to begin with, but you need something more uplifting. So you do need to have some self-acceptance because, people love you for who you are. Don't let yourself down on that. But also, there it is. Balance. Balance your life. Balance your life out because he was very balanced. He was very well balanced. And you are very well balanced on your own merits. But just bring some fun back in, have that downtime and relax, and remember that he is here with you to bring you all the support in the world. And I'll say God bless you and thank you for listening.
Oh wow, Nick, that was absolutely beautiful. I could feel his energy.
He's
He
yeah.
was amazing. I felt like he was such a pocket rocket, if you can understand
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
And I felt like tricks or magic tricks with him. Like he was always, like Natasha must have been around the corner and he'd jump out and scare her or something like this. Like I felt like he was a stirrer, like a stirrer.
That fidgeting, I've never done that before because I kept picking up the cards and putting them back down and picking them up and putting them back down. So he was very interesting and intrigued in everything. And you know what? Sometimes in this way of life, you feel like you want to collect the people that you work with in a message and say, do you want to join my group and be a part? I would love your brother to stay around and help out in my group because he's just awesome. Really, really lovely guy. So thank you for working with me, Natasha, on that. I just enjoyed him so much. Thank you.
Awesome. Oh, who else have we got here? Julie Kane Campbell, feeling really light-shared, following, never had a reading before. Thank you. Okay, Julie, I'll work with you. Oh, you're keen? I'm keen to work. Hopefully you're okay with me working with you. So, Julie, as I kind of connect in with you and I pull up one of these cards, this one here is I get the sadness and isolation. Definitely the card that what you're feeling. I'm feeling like this has been you curled up in that fetal position. I feel like you're lost, feeling like you've gone a different way to somebody else. It's almost like there's been a parting of ways, if you can understand that. But I'm feeling like it's time for you to leap up. It's time for you to shine. It's time for you to be happy. You see that yellow and the happiness of, I don't want to be here anymore, but it's about time that you change that. So there's the divide. It's time for you to take that leap forward and start to be happy. It's sometimes we have to take things in our hands. Sometimes we have to make the best of what's happening in our life. We have so much sadness and things that go wrong, and we can either stay in the negative or we can choose to try and look at things positively. I do feel as though you've had to work on boundaries with people or a certain person. There hasn't been boundaries can go in different things. So it might be boundaries either with work as well. Sometimes my partner passed away a few weeks ago. Would you understand the boundaries with allowing you to, because I get boundaries, I keep wanting to talk about boundaries, but can you understand allowing, sometimes we have to set those boundaries with family and friends and sometimes with work because people don't understand that we need that time to ourselves, that we need to take that step back. So what I'm feeling is that you've had to kind of say, I need me time. I need to do me. I need to do it in my time. I need to grieve in my own way. People expect us just to snap out of it, just deal with things the way that they deal with it. And we're all different. But I do see that you are coming out of that fetal position, whether you were laying in bed for so long you didn't want to see the world, you don't want to talk to anyone. That's your boundary. You put that boundary up. It's time now to kind of start pulling back a bit and getting out and, sitting in the sunshine, just having that cuppa outside, because I feel as though he's wanting to step forward now. I'm just feeling his energy come through. It brings me to the chest area around here. Feeling of struggling to actually swallow, whether he couldn't swallow or he couldn't keep food down or breathe. I'm just feeling like I can't take those breaths towards the end. He's just brought me to a really emotional feeling. He says, I'm beside you in your bed. I'm laying there with you. and I feel really emotional, and I can tell you right now I'm really struggling to hold the tears back because he knows how hard it is for you. Just to hold your hand. He gives me this memory link of holding hands, walking down the street together. True, can't go out feeling guilty. No, he couldn't eat at the end, eat or drink. Yep. That memory of you guys holding hands, walking along the street. I felt like that holding of hands was a big thing for you. That connection, the way that you come together as one. I feel as though that he was your everything. He was your best friend. I've got no one to bounce things off with anymore. I don't know who I'm going to ask anymore. He's hearing your thoughts. He's hearing you say, what am I going to do? The emotions are very, very heavy. And he's saying, take a breath, bub. You'll get there. You'll get there in your own time. The tears are so heavy, and I feel that you cry. He's showing me, and I'm sorry, no disrespect, but he shows me you crying in the shower, where you don't show anyone that you like. He's just saying, I can see so many things that he's showing me that you can't even go and look at his car because he's brought that around, and he's just saying you're struggling to look at so many things in the house. Everywhere you turn, everywhere I look, I see him, I feel him. We did this together. There's a photo here beside your bed. I feel as though there's a special photo of either you were on a holiday or is it your honeymoon or something like this. He shows me you're sleeping with either his shirt or something like this. I hold his hand as he passed. He was my everything, and yeah, I don't know what I'll do without him. You're either sleeping with his t-shirt or his shirt, and you're smelling that because he's showing me this as well. But he's wanting to surround you with love. He's saying, you just do you at this moment. Take the time that you need. There's just so much emotion wrapped up in this whole everything that I'm feeling. He's flooding me. All I can say, he's flooding me with every emotion. I can't even speak fast enough to tell you everything that he wants to tell you. The shoes, he's showing me the shoes at the doorway. His pants hanging up, like everything is still in its spot. She can't move anything. She can't touch anything. Everything. He's saying, his chair, you can't bring yourself to sit in his chair. He's talking about his chair. He's talking about the car keys on the bench. He's just showing me everything around the house with the both of you. He's talking about the holiday that you were planning on going on and it never happened. But he wants to say, you go and do that holiday. Do the things that we couldn't do together. He wants to just send you his love. He wants to empower you with his strength. Take every bit of my strength and wrap it around you. He's like, he's showing me these fists. He's like, you're angry. My house is full of him. It's hard. I can't cope without him. I feel it. Your anger. He's showing me you going, this is not fair. It's not fair. You left me behind. I'm just feeling all the emotions, and I'm sorry if I have stirred up so much for you right now, but I feel everything you're going through. I just want to send you so much love. I just want to wrap my arms around you. I don't know what else to say because it's just so raw and so heavy for you. Julie, please take the time that you need. Reach out to whoever you need to, okay? Okay. Julie, if you would like to connect in with me, please reach out to me. Just go on the link and I will connect in with you, and we'll do a private reading off air away from everything so I can just really get into it with you, if that's okay. And SPTV will be paying for that reading as well for you, just out of the kindness of Richard's heart. the emotions that you're feeling, we feel you. So please reach out. Richard will put my link up to my page, and we can organise a time that we can link in together and share some love. Big love to you.
Bless you. Yeah. Julie, I gotta say that it's so hard to see any light at the end of the tunnel, but there always is. There is always hope, and I know that you are surrounded by people who want to help you and support you and help you through this. And at the very least, Glenda, Richard, myself, we're all here. So do please reach out to Glenda. It is a complimentary reading. Richard will sort that all out with Glenda. Just pick a time, work with Glenda, just to carry that on and get through that. People come out with all dozy platitudes at times like this. I don't believe in them. What I believe in is people and the ability to help each other and support each other and work through. And, please reach out to Glenda. That's so important. And Stace, I totally agree with here. Well done, Glenda. A difficult but beautiful message. And it was delivered with such honesty and truth. And you know what? It's moments like this that make all what we do worthwhile. None of the bravado, none of the mucking around, pure raw emotion, and helping people realize that they're not on their own. Nolene Parker says, very emotional. No one understands the effects of grief we go through until it actually happens. Absolutely. Absolutely agree. And, I think Christine Davis speaks for all of us. Glenda, I was in tears.
I'm so sorry. I could just feel the love between both
absolutely,
of them.
Absolutely. And Julie has just come back and said, would love to do that with Glenda, please. So, brilliant.
Absolutely.
One of the things about a journey is that it always starts with one step. And, that first step is reaching out and asking. Kelly Marie says, beautiful. You got 4 love hearts there, doll. And, speaking as someone who sits and listens to mediums a lot, that was just a gorgeous message. Really, really was. Wendy Payne, what a beautiful gesture for Julie. So lovely. Do you know what? That is what I think sums up this community. And it is a community. It's a family. Serena Galvey says, so emotional, sending hugs to you, Julie. This is the thing. The love is not the love is not just from the screen. It's within the comments, supporting each other. Julie asks, I would love to reach out. How do I do this? So there'll be a link there, right down there. Right down there. That's how you reach out to Glenda. That's how you reach out to Glenda. And there is a link in the chat as well that Richard's just put in for you. Just click it and you're there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow.
We're not immune to feeling what spirit shows us. That blend can sometimes be so close that, we feel every emotion, that we feel what your people, when you are going through, like, we feel it. We understand, and everybody on this feed has felt it, or is still feeling it, or is still going through it. We all understand.
Yeah. And you know what? I sometimes sometimes thinks. So I was suddenly just gone into macro English there. I sometimes think that one of the most dangerous parts in that evolution and development through grief is the moment when you look okay, but you still ain't, and you're convincing yourself and other people that you're okay, but aren't. And that is really when you do need to reach out. It's easy to see someone in pain. It's hard to see someone who's hiding it, and that should never, ever, ever be done. So just reach out, reach out. There's a reason that song is so well known and famous. Reach out and touch someone's hand. You know, I get songs in my head all the time from Spirit as a trigger for memories and things to say. But you've just got to reach out. Like for instance, Kelly Marie has just said, "Beautiful, so emotional. Could I please kindly ask for some healing? I'm really struggling at the moment." Kelly, your name's going down on the list too. And I always send out all of the names that I've collected throughout the day. I always send out healing prayers. You know, when I get moments in between, I don't just do it once a day. I think of all those names throughout the day and beyond, because that's what a community does. That's what a family does. And you know, Glenda, I'm sure I speak on all of our behalf, those watching and the SPTV family. We are so fortunate to have you in this family, to be able to give messages out just like that.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honoured. Like I said, Spirit has been following my journey as well. How I ended up on SPTV, little maid from Townsville in Australia, you know, like just losing my mum only in February this year as well, you know.
Yeah.
I always believe they've really got our back. They really want the best for us. And if that is me going through my healing to be able to help heal other hearts, that's my journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We, as we learn, we share. As we learn, we share. Julie's just said, "I am useless with this phone. Glenda, can you get in touch with me, please?"
Sure, I'll find you somewhere on the feed and send you a message.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I would be honored to have my dad's name added to your list, please. Hector Gonzalez. There you go. If that's for I'm sure that was for the healing. It's on there. Cat and Bird says, "This is my first time here and it won't be my last. There is a therapeutic value in sharing and healing together."
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We
Thank
do.
you for that.
We have our laughs, we have our moments, but we can really, you know, feel the feels as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we really are a roller coaster on this show, aren't we? One minute we are being silly and funny and daft, and then it just and rude, yes.
Rude.
and then, you know, that happens. Melanie Whelan says, "I never got to grieve properly when my dad passed away nearly 3 years ago. Suffered really bad anxiety and went through my spiritual awakening."
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people go through a massive spiritual awakening when you go through grief or trauma. Sorry, Nikki, just cut out, so I just continued on for you. A lot of us do. Anything traumatic that we go through almost has us questioning ourselves, our past, the way we do things. Massive. I totally get it.
Absolutely. Right. Kaylee Ann, I'm very much aware that I owe SPTV a message, and I did see your name earlier. Is asked a very specific question. So I am going to do a very, very quick card for you, Kaylee Ann, just to put things back in balance, so I don't get in trouble. I'm going to pluck a card out for your question. Collecting some ashes this week. Am I doing the right thing? I already know the answer is yes. The card to back it up is spiritual growth. And I don't actually think that this is to do with your spiritual growth. It's to do with other people's spiritual growth. As I link in here, just very, very briefly for you, because it is a specific question. I'm being made aware that someone very sassy, and there was this sassiness when I said other people's spiritual growth. Other people, as if to say that it's other people that are making you questioning whether this is the right thing. Absolutely yes, because I believe Glenda used a wonderful phrase a few moments ago. You do you. And do you know what? In this way of life, the one thing that I see most as a theme in people's lives that causes them pain and suffering and grief is being dictated to on what they should or shouldn't do relating to how they deal with their emotions and their spiritual pathway. And this is one of those moments. You need to do what you need to do. Of course, you're doing the right thing. And it is related to the need for other people to be as spiritually in growth as you. This young lady, as she comes through, I call her young lady. She's young at heart. She just jumps in there with this absolute sass and says, just get on with it and them. So I have to give you that. And and so I have to give you that. So what I have to say to you is just go for it. Don't worry too much about other people because they will shut up really, really quickly. And I'll say God bless you and hope that answers your question. Although it was an affirmative, and it's exact. You already knew. It didn't matter with. Didn't matter whether you said no because you'd have still done it anyway, and quite rightly so. You know, there is this sassy lady coming through there, so I'll say God bless you. And Ash says, follow your instinct, Kaylee. Quite right. This lady that was coming through definitely agrees with you there. So go for it. Go for it.
Perfect.
Well, it's 12:30 already. It's very, very emotional roller coaster today, as Richard just said. And you know, it's always a pleasure to work with you, Glenda. It's a pleasure. It truly is a pleasure to watch you work. You are a little firecracker. You know, I've got to say. And you know, I look forward to my Mondays because of the beautiful community that we have here. I also look forward to my Mondays because I get to share some me time with Glenda and Richard as well. And it's just such a pleasure to be part of your mornings. So thank you all for being here. And thank you, Glenda. And thank you, Richard.
Oh, same. I love my Mondays just to get to hang out with my SPTV crew. And I mean, the whole people on the feed, everyone, like, not just my bestie, Nick, my new husband.
Definitely. Oh, the amount of people that marry me, it's wonderful.
Will you be doing? Yeah. You'll be doing my washing soon. You will be my.
Yes,
you know what?
I'm gonna say. I'll be. Yes, I am certainly. That's always the way it works out. So yes, come a month's time, I will be doing your washing and hanging your smalls up in my bedroom. That is actually where we hang the laundry, to be fair, which is why it's always there. Your smalls, my larges, but that's another story.
Yes, he does. He loves to boast.
No, I meant waste. I meant the waste. Come on, get out the gutter. There's not enough room for me if you're both in there. And all of the love is coming through on the comments. Everyone's sharing the kind of day they've had. And you know what? It has truly been an uplifting day for us to be with you here as well.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. And I'll be off to bed very soon.
Yes. Hush, little Glenda, don't say a word.
No, I don't have washing hanging up in my bedroom.
Yeah. Absolutely. So tonight, what have we got, Glenda?
Tonight we have Claire Pasterfield. Is it 8 p.m.? 8 p.m.
UK.
So don't miss Claire. She is absolutely amazing. And what else have we got after that?
Well, it's just Claire tonight.
That's
just
it.
Claire tonight. And lots of chat, conversation, and giggles and laughs and love in the comments, as per usual, I'm sure. Quick reminder, if you haven't seen it already and you weren't here when we mentioned it before, the replay of last night's trance demonstration from Braveheart through Miguel is in the VIP lounge. If you're not a VIP, Why the devil not? It's only 33p a week. But for now, thank you all.
Wow.
Wow. So we have broken the 100 shares. There's 123 comments over over
123 shares.
123 shares, over 1,000 comments, and over 60 reactions. That is a Monday morning record. So thank you so much. Oh,
Awesome.
and I don't think we're going anywhere for a second because we're getting an ooh. So Ash has said, I'm pretty new in here. What is SPTV? So it is Spiritual Psychics TV. It's what you're watching right now. It is a platform that is across Facebook, YouTube, and has its own website. SPTV UK is the full way of finding us, because SPTV UK is the handle on Facebook, YouTube. We're even on TikTok. It's everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, you name it, it's there. Every day there is something new, a different kind of show, readings, healing, philosophy, chat, conversation. You can become a VIP. It's a monthly payment over PayPal that works out about 33p a week. It helps pay for everything. It's non-profit. We don't earn anything from this, only the joy of being in your company. And it is a beautiful community. It is such a welcoming community as well. So Ash, may I be the first to say welcome to the family, and
yes, welcome, Ash.
Stick around. There's always something new, something different mediums every day, and there's an online magazine as well. Oh, Joanne would slap my thighs if I didn't mention it. There is an online magazine as well in the website, and you can contribute articles to it as well. I've submitted a couple. I really need to get off my backside and do another one. Oh, bless you. Every time you call my name, I feel goosebumps. Well, you are welcome to the family, and it is a great journey. Just by following us on Facebook and YouTube, you are already part of the family. If you want to join the VIP, then you can follow a link, which I'm sure Richard is feverishly sharing right now, to become a VIP. It's well worth it. The trance demo, for example, from last night is for VIPs to watch. You get some nice extras as well, like we will do VIP readings. Occasionally we'll bring a VIP on screen to say hello, and lots of other things going on in the VIP lounge. It is a wonderful, wonderful time. So welcome to the family, Ash. I will say it again. And on that note, we will say thank you all. God bless you all. And from me, God bless and goodbye.
And from me, God bless and goodbye, and see you next week.
See you soon, guys. God bless. Bye.
Bye.